Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Dallas Cowboys all-decade rebuild. Last episode, we started season number 2. We beat the Commanders, and we're 1-0. We're moving on to the Arizona Cardinals, another team that we have some history with. We played this team also in the playoffs. This is the team that has Cam Newton on it. And if I remember correctly, this game originally didn't go as I planned, but then at the end of the game, we started to figure things out, and we obviously won. But I feel like it didn't start necessarily that great. I don't know. We'll have to find out how it goes this one. This is a whole new season. This is a whole new world to explore. And let's get right to it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. So we are here in Season 2, week number 2. The scouting college players, they are the new auto-generated draft classes here, but as you can see, there's really no ratings unlocked yet because we are only in week number 2. And we'll see if there's anybody. This guy looks promising already with A Pursuit. We'll have to keep an eye on him as the season progresses. It looks like there's 2 outside linebackers. This looks like a pretty good defensive class, at least a good linebacker class with what is it? 3 of the top 10 players in the class are all outside linebackers. Maybe we could draft an outside linebacker. I don't really know. Weekly strategies for the Cardinals. They have Cam Newton. We talked about that in the intro, and we already knew that going into this game. We're going to defend the short pass because Cam Newton really can't do much other than that anymore. Although, this is a different version of Cam Newton. They have James Harrison. They have PS2. We are going to do throw it. You know what? Let's do throw it deep. We always do throw it short. Let's do throw it deep. Why not? Why not get a little crazy up in here? We'll go with the 2 passing touchdowns. All the boys are getting upgrades, I hope. And we will move to check the roster. Although I do want to check, what are our draft picks looking like? I don't remember exactly how many draft picks we have. I think we have multiple first rounders. Maybe. Terrell Suggs and Matt Forte get upgrades. That's cool. I think we have multiple first round picks. Do we? Do we or do we not? Draft picks. We only have 1, and it's the first overall pick. Wow. That can't be our pick. Who did we trade with? Let me go to the roster. It should tell us who picked that originally is. It can't be our pick. I wouldn't think being 1-0 we'd have the number 1 overall pick. We could trade that pick. So if we go to draft picks, that's our pick. Okay. Huh. That's weird. It's obviously not going to be the number 1 overall pick. Maybe not even after this week. So maybe we should trade it, get as much value back for it as possible, and then move on from there. That might be what I do, actually. Let's go, before we do that, let's go to the roster and take a look at what the Cardinals have. We played them in the playoffs last year, but this is a new season, so they could have added some new players. Cam Newton's still their quarterback. Jonathan Stewart and J.K. Dobbins are the running backs. They have receivers Adam Thielen, Alshon Jeffrey, Cortland Sutton, Malcolm Floyd, Terrace Marshall Jr., and Marquez Stevenson. Okay. Greg Olson's the tight end with Will Dissly, Mekhi Becton on the offensive line with Larry Warford, Rodney Hudson, John Greco, and Rob Havenstein, I guess. That's a pretty good offensive line. On the defensive line, they've got YGM, they've got John Abraham, they've got BJ Hill. So it's not a great defensive line. Our offensive line should be able to handle them. Whitney Merciless is an outside linebacker, but he's injured for this game, so DJ Wanham will be the outside linebacker. Dante Hightower is in the middle with Stephen Tulloch. Then they've got James Harrison we knew about. Corners, PS2, Desmond Trufant, Nickel Roby-Coleman, Darnay Holmes, Big Play Darnay, and Lindell Cook from Purdue. All right. So it kind of takes a big drop off, but these top 2 are pretty good. Free safety, Taylor Rapp. Strong safety, Buda Baker. Will Lutz is the kicker. Jake Camarda is the punter. And they have the 3rd overall pick, so that's pretty cool. That is what the Cardinals team looks like. I don't remember, honestly, if it's any different from the team that we played just last year in the playoffs. It might be a little bit different. But let's capitalize on this value pick. So it's valued at the first overall pick, but it will not be the first overall pick by the end of the season. It might not even be the first overall pick by next episode. So out of everything that we could use, we're obviously going to try to get a first round pick back in return. With this value, we might even be able to get 2 first round picks, depending on the player that I add in too. So let's see. We did take a look at the value of some of these players. Like Jonathan Joseph has pretty good value. Joe Hayden has pretty good value. Captain Munner, not so much, but he has okay value. It says we need a left out or a left end, but I think we're fine with Justin Tuck playing left end. We also have Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald and Robert Quinn and Terrell Suggs. We have a very, very good defense. Very good defense. Right tackle, Balaga, Kyle Long, Nick Mangold, Roger Saffold, and Teron Armstead. I could listen to a talk about replacing Roger Saffold. Gronkowski and Antonio Gates are fine. Receivers we're good with. We just added Tyreek Hill in the offseason, so we're fine at receiver. I could listen to a conversation about moving on from Adrian Peterson. We'd have to get something crazy back in return for him, though. And then, obviously, we're good with Patrick Mahomes. So, really, we don't really have any things that I could see moving on from. Maybe we shake things up and get a new corner, but our corners have played so well, I don't really want to do that. The only other thing is we could move on from a middle linebacker. Like, we could move on from Ray Lewis or Terrell Suggs, I guess. Or maybe Robert Quinn, but Robert Quinn's been very good, too. I don't know. I don't see a hole in this team. Like, we have very good players at every single position. Like I said, I could see it. I could see an upgrade for Roger Saffold, I guess. So maybe we go in here and we look for. But is a left guard really the place that we upgrade? Is that really what we're doing? I mean, we don't really have any holes though. Is there a player better than Roger Saffold in terms of overall rating? Logan Mankins is better than Saffold by a couple overalls. Josh Sitton is better. Who was that? That was Mike Iupati. Okay. Elton Jenkins, no. Richie Incognito's close. There he is. Quentin Nelson obviously would be a stud. But I think I want to focus on guys that aren't necessarily real. Or not real. They're all real players. Not necessarily in the league anymore is what I should have said. And probably that fits Logan Mankins a little bit more. So if we go for an upgrade at Logan Mankins, who else do they have on the offensive line? They have nobody. They have nobody else on the offensive line. DeMarvin Neal, Grady Jarrett, Brandon Graham, Trent Cole, Roquan Smith, DeMarcus Ware, Ike Taylor. They don't have any corners, no safeties. I mean, Derwin James is cool. Jalen Hurts, Leonard Fournette. Receivers are fine. Tight ends. Okay, so the Dolphins aren't that great of a team, which means their draft pick could be pretty good. So how about this? Logan Mankins and 2 first-round picks for the first overall pick. It's probably not going to go through because their first-round pick is pick 2. Yeah. If their pick wasn't valued at pick 2, this probably goes through. So maybe we have to look at a different team who has a better left guard. There was a couple other teams that had left guards that are like 90 plus, like Josh Sitton and Mike Iupati. And we could go with the Josh Sitton type. What is his... Although he's costing a little bit too much money, that would take us over the cap. So the Packers probably are the better option. They have pick 30, so the Packers are pretty good. But they have Iupati, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they do. So he's a 93 overall. What else do they have on the team? Donald Penn, Joe Tooney, Michael Bennett, Mike Daniels, DJ Reader, Mike Daniels again. I forgot about taking both Mike Daniels out. That's okay. Zadarius Smith, KJ Wright, Jadeveon Clowney. I thought about signing Jadeveon, didn't I? JC Jackson, Jordan Poyer. Pretty decent team. I can see why they're doing pretty good in the league right now. But if I ask for both of their first-round picks, pick 3 is valued highly. Why is every team that I'm trying to trade for have a first-round pick that's valued like that? I don't think we're going to be getting you. There was one other team. I mean, it was Quentin Nelson. So we could go for Quentin Nelson. I was just trying to avoid that because he's an actual real-life player. But he's making more money. I don't know. I want to capitalize on this. Pick because it's the first overall pick. and I got to get a pick back in return, I guess we don't have to go for a left guard. I mean, that was just something that I feel like we could upgrade because it's only a 91. Kyle Long, we'd also upgrade. I might be more along the lines of upgrading Kyle Long. Let's go to the right guard position. Is there a right guard that's better than a 90 but not super expensive? David DeCastro, Zach Martin. What's his money? $6 million. Why does Zach Martin have to be so expensive? Jari Evans, he's making 4. I'd probably have to give up Kyle Long in return, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we're replacing him anyway. Where was Jari Evans at? Was he the Raiders? No, he was the Panthers. Where was Jari Evans at? Oh, he was a Seahawk. Okay. So we'd have to throw in probably Kyle Long to give them a right guard in return. That would free up the money. And then if we go and they don't have anybody else that I'd want, right? They have Trayvon Diggs, which would be cool. But they have pick 26 and is their first round pick next year. That's valued to pick 7. Why is everybody's picks next year valued so highly? What does that do for you? That is not going to go through, probably because we're asking for 2 first round picks and one of them is pick 7 next year. Man, I want to capitalize on this value. And we don't have the cap space to just trade for players. We have to get something back in return that equals this or that comes to the same value. What about if I just go and get offers? What can I get for the first overall pick? Just straight up Charles Woodson, Michael Crabtree, Brandon Browner, Vincent Jackson, Jamie Collins. So they're giving me some pretty solid stuff in return. I don't necessarily need this stuff. But we could talk to the Bills. I'd be interested in Charles Woodson. And we could talk to the Texans because I'd be interested in Mario Williams. So let's go talk to, who do I want more? Do I want Mario Williams more or do I want Charles Woodson? Because Charles Woodson would play free safety. We have Earl Thomas already. And I don't really want to give up Earl Thomas. But Charles Woodson's not as high of an overall as Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is a high overall. So then Mario Williams would play on the end, and we have Justin Tuck. We have Robert Quinn, but Mario Williams is a high overall than Justin Tuck. Let's talk to the Texans. They have Tom Brady too. I didn't realize that. They have Kyle Pitts. So they have Mario Williams, and then they have pick 8, pick 28, and pick 25. What do they say to this? I'd probably have to throw them like this guy right here, Michael Hoyt, just so that we don't go over the roster size. What do they say to this? Is this good value? Because we can move Robert Quinn or Mario Williams to the other end spot. We get 2 first-round picks, one for next year, one for this year. We got to capitalize on this value, right? And I'm a little worried that this isn't enough value. That's what I'm worried about right now. I'm a little worried that this isn't enough value to get back in return. Especially because it's pick 28. Oh, I didn't want to do that. What about if I throw in pick 8 plus Mario Williams? Now, this is probably not going to go through, but we could try it. I'd feel better with this one. Okay, so what about... Oh, it might not even go through even with the other first-round pick in there. It might be because we're asking for 2 first-round picks. Yeah. Huh. I thought that would go through. So forget the value. Maybe we don't need a first-round pick next year. We're probably not going to be able to do that anyway. So what about that? That doesn't even go through. Man, I thought that this first-round pick would have a lot more value than it does. I guess they like Mario Williams a whole lot. That doesn't even get close. It'd probably have to be a second-round pick next year. It'd probably have to be 2. Would I have to give up 2 firsts? That's crazy. Wow, okay. So we can't even trade for Mario Williams and a first-round pick. So So this trade doesn't have as much value as I thought it would. That's crazy. We'll just keep it then. I thought that I was going to be able to trade that and it'd have a lot of value because, you know, I guess this isn't a normal franchise. If this was a normal franchise, if this is the Barons and we had the projected number 1 overall pick and I decided to trade it, that would have crazy value. So I guess it doesn't have as much value as I thought because the league is so saturated with players that are highly rated. So whatever, that was kind of a waste of like 10 minutes or whatever it was, but whatever. We move on to the game. Dallas Cowboys and Arizona Cardinals. They're 0-1. We're 1-0. We head down to Arizona. Let's go get this W.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got Pat Surtain. He stayed active a week ago with an 8-tackle performance. It's the Cardinals and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas Cowboys, Arizona Cardinals from Arizona. What's this place called? State Farm Stadium or something like that? All right. Oh, I forgot to change Tyreek's number. I'll have to do that at the end of this episode if I think about it. But we are trying to dominate this game again. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can start this game hot, start this game with a very dominant drive. And that's a good start. That's a solid run. 6 yards to start the day. 60 yards on 24 carries last week. Not great. And 0 touchdowns as well. That is not something that I wanted. The Texans just beat the Titans, so that's cool. That was the team that we almost traded with. If my value or my pick had more value than I thought it did. Or had as much value as I thought it did, I guess. This is just going to be a little throw to Tyreek Hill. He's going to catch it. He's going to get it first down and more. I think the game plan for this offense is, I know I said to throw it deep was the game plan, but we're not going to be doing too much of that. We'll probably throw it deep a little bit here and there, especially like that. That's kind of a middle of the field throw, like a medium throw. But that's a big-time throw. Good job by Patrick Mahomes to get out there, create some space. Gronkowski comes back to the football. But I think the game plan for us in this first half is to run the ball consistently with Adrian Peterson and just take the clock down as much as possible, control this game. And if we're getting runs like this with Adrian Peterson, it's going to be pretty easy. I mean, that was a huge run. Was that 10 yards? 11 maybe? That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for. Plus that gets him closer to Freight Train, so that's a good thing. We really want him to activate that, because with Freight Train activated, he's going to be unstoppable. We've seen it before. And that's a big-time run again. We're just going to keep on running this football, draining the clock, taking time off. That one they actually stopped because there was not great blocking on the left side there. I wish I would have had a little bit better blocking. They gave the X Factor to Dante Hightower. Okay. Interesting choice, but whatever. Peterson fights forward. Good job, AP. I thought he was going to get shut down at the line, but he's able to get through. And we have already taken off, what, 4 minutes of clock? Almost. I had no chance there. They snuffed that out pretty quickly. So now, since they're starting to think about the run game a little bit more, we'll go to the passing game and probably hit Julio Jones on a little underneath route, especially because they're bringing a lot of pressure. Get that away. It's Julio Jones. He's got a ton of space. Julio Jones, touchdown Cowboys. Just like that. It was supposed to be a little check down to get the first down and to throw them off of the run game, but Julio takes it to the house. I guess I could have just went out of bounds and kept running the clock down, but I saw that open space. You don't get that a lot in Madden, especially in all Madden with slider difficulty, so I had to take it. I saw the opportunity. I had to take it. It's 7-0. Cowboys lead. We're going to have plenty of other drives where we can drain the clock as much as possible. We get the ball to start the second half, so... Oh, no, they get the ball to start the second half. They get the ball to start the second half, so we won't have that. But we do have Cam Newton wearing number 15. I forgot he was wearing number 15. All right. 1st and 10 from the 25. There's the first snap. It's a pitch. Pitch? Jonathan Stewart gets leveled for a loss. It was Ray Lewis and Patrick Willis, the linebacker combination back there, stopping that run. Now from the 24 after the loss. Newton fires. He has Adam Thielen, but Polamalu's coming with a big hit. He leveled him, but he got the first down, 12 yards in total. Okay. Cam Newton just a little check down to his ever-reliable Adam Thielen. That's going to be another run. Oh, Robert Quinn, what happened there? It looked like you broke your knee. What was that? He just fell over as I tried to dive. You're like, ugh. I don't know what happened there. I tried to dive to tackle Stewart, but I guess that didn't work. They're going to hand it to Stewart again. He's going to get a huge opening in the middle of the line, and he's going to take it almost for 30 yards. That was crazy. What a run from Jonathan Stewart. What an open lane from the offensive line there. I said this is a pretty decent offensive line. Earl Thomas got mossed by Adam Thielen. Touchdown Cardinals. One-on-one, I was behind him. Would Charles Woodson have made that play? Probably not. I probably would have. It wouldn't have mattered if I had the greatest safety of all time back there. I kind of got behind Adam Thielen, or he got in front of me more so than I got behind him. And he out-jumped me, and I didn't get a chance. That's embarrassing. But the Cardinals score fairly quickly. Tyreek Hill's got some running room, but it closes at the 23. So we have 29 seconds. We can get back to running the football. We made it pretty successful on the first drive of running the football. We were also pretty successful passing the football. And that's going to be great blocking. Peterson with a spin to break off the tackle. He's got 44 yards. He's almost got as many rushing yards as he had last week. He had 60 last week. And we're probably going to run one more play here. Yeah, let's run. No. Let's not run one more play. Let's start the second quarter with a first down, and then we can start the clock running again. I don't want to waste a drive or waste a down. So now we can go fresh quarter, 1st and 10 from the 38. We can start running this clock. And Peterson's got great blocking again. Consistent blocking from the offense line. It is very nice to have, considering the lack of running that we've been able to do in the Barron series. It's nice and refreshing to have great blocking. Although I say that, luckily Freight Train's been activated, so he's able to break the first tackle and get positive yardage out of that. Good job, Adrian Peterson. See, this is why you want to have your running back have an ability like Freight Train or something like that, or Tank, so that he can break tackles as easy as he has been. It's 3rd and 4. We're going to commit to this run game because I believe that we can get this first down here, and we're trying to milk clock, even though we're in the first half. And that's just great blocking once again from the offensive line. I probably screwed that up. I should have had a better hit stick to break a tackle there. It's okay. It worked out in the end. And they are really bringing pressure to try to stop this run. They are committing heavily to the run game, which could benefit us in the end. But it's still working for the pass game. Peterson runs over Taylor Rapp, and he's got a huge gain again. I mean, they're trying to stop the run. This is where we trick them. We go jet sweep to Tyreek Hill. He's got the speed. As long as he can get the edge, I feel like he could turn the corner and score a touchdown here. Tyreek Hill, get the edge, Tyreek. Throw one block on Buda Baker, and we've got a huge touchdown there. Unfortunately, nobody blocked Buda Baker, and he grabbed me for a loss of 2. All right. Not what I expected. Broken tackle. Peterson just throwing the shoulder blocks like prime John Cena. All right, from the 11, do we hit Tyreek Hill? Does Tyreek get open? I don't think Tyreek gets open. Not enough, at least. We're going to try to hit Calvin. Calvin's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. What is it with me throwing these little short underneath routes that end up taking for touchdowns? I have no idea what's going on. It's crazy. But another fairly simple touchdown drive, and we go back up by 7, this time 14-7. Mike McDaniel's happy, as he should be. Defending Super Bowl head coach, going up against Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff. Here comes Vinatieri. Boom. Sending that to the Raptors. And that one is going to be taken out. Marcel Reese has got him in his sights. Broken tackle, but Robertson, Chantrell Robertson, the rookie, able to wrap him up. And here comes Cam Newton. 1st and 10 from the 15. I'm going to use a Robert Quinn here. I might be able to get the edge. We're going to try it. I know I got bullied on the edge there, so I didn't get it. Oh, but Palamalu knocks Greg Olsen out of bounds. He was able to hold on for 4 yards. Aaron Donald needs to get past Rodney Hudson. He's not been able to get any pressure today. He still can't get any pressure. That's going to be Darrelle Revis tackling Jeffrey, kind of. But that's a nice little comeback route. Darrelle Revis bit on it completely, which is unfortunate. 1st and 10 from the 33. The Cardinals' offense is pretty scary. This is what the Commanders' offense wishes they were more consistently, against us at least. They may be pretty good against the other AIs, but for the 3 games that we've played against the Commanders so far, only one of them has taken us to the limit. We've won all 3 games, but only one of us has taken us to the absolute limit. This one may take us to that same limit. Although that could be Earl Thomas. No, you got to be faster, Earl. Earl the Pearl, you got to be faster. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning when the accelerated clock kicks in. I shouldn't have went for the catch. I knew he wasn't going to get there. I should have just went for the tackle. He wouldn't have got near as many yards, if any positive yards. He might have got 1 or 2. But I screwed that up because I went for the interception. For some reason, I thought he'd be able to, like, Superman himself into the interception. That's going to be not knocked incomplete. Darrelle Revis apparently didn't get his hand on the ball. I don't know how he didn't. He wrapped around. It looked like it to me he got his hand on it, but I guess not. And they are trying to do the double dip. It could work here, but it's not gonna. Patrick Willis turns around, intercepts the ball, and he's got a chance. Green grass, 1 man to beat. Go Patrick, go Patrick, go Patrick. No, the reach-in didn't work. Oh. The reach-in, how did that not work? I gotta see the replay. So Cam Newton decides to just throw a little check down to the flat to Greg Olsen. He's covered beautifully by Patrick Willis. I don't know what Cam Newton sees here, because even when he decides to throw it, yeah, I guess he's open if you throw it more to the outside. But when he throws it, it goes inside. And Patrick Willis just turns around, steps in front, and picks it off. He's got amazing grass in front of him. Jonathan Stewart's the only man that has a chance to catch it. I guess Cam Newton made his way pretty close to getting me. But how does this reach and not go in? We got to zoom in here, drop it down low. So the knee drops here. Oh my God, how is that not in? Hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me go to the other side here. It's taking me a while. So the knee is down here. Can I get a pylon cam? Zoom in on the pylon. Oh, that's just barely not in. It crosses right here, but his knee is already down. His knee goes down here, or like right here is where his knee is down. Yeah, his knee is down right there. That is as close as you're gonna get to a touchdown without it actually being a touchdown. That's crazy. The fact that this wasn't called a touchdown. Let me just get a little thumbnail action for you. You gotta love a good thumbnail. I don't know how that doesn't reach in for a touchdown. That's crazy. Unbelievable. But we are at the 1-yard line. Patrick Willis was denied his interception, his pick 6, but Adrian Peterson just bulldozes his way through. That was really never going to be stopped, especially with the X Factor activated. With Freight Train from the 1, you're almost always going to score. We have full momentum. We go up by 2 touchdowns now. The Cardinals were really threatening to do the double dip. The double dip? Which, if you're not familiar with what the double dip is, it means you score right before the end of the first half, you get the ball to start the second half, and then you score at the very beginning on your first drive of the second half. So then you do a double dip, which is you score, get the ball back, score. And then you completely changed the momentum of the game. We've done it plenty of times. We've had it done to us a few times. Not in this series, but in my series in general. And instead, it'll be us who goes up by 2 touchdowns. With a minute to go, 3 timeouts, the Cardinals are trying to do something to get back in this game. It's going to be another little short throw. Big hit by Earl Thomas to Jonathan Stewart, and they finally call their first timeout here. Let's get some pressure on Cam. I know he can run. He can scramble a little bit. He's Cam Newton, one of the best running quarterbacks of the last decade. Maybe the best running quarterback if you're not thinking of Lamar Jackson. Maybe I should say the most physical, because he certainly wasn't the fastest guy. He was fast, but he was probably the most dominant running quarterback of the generation. Because Lamar's obviously the fastest. That is going to be... And Michael Vick might even be... I think Lamar's faster than Michael Vick. I don't know. Debate it in the comment section below. Who do you think's faster, Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson? And I'm talking prime Michael Vick, obviously. Like 2003, 2004, 2002. That era of Michael Vick. 21-7. 1 timeout remains. That's going to be good tackle by Patrick Willis. They're in field goal range now, but remember, their kicker's not amazing. He's good, but he's not amazing. They're running low. They're playing a risky game here. I know they have a timeout, but they're going to get closer. But they're risking valuable hits here on their receivers. 10 seconds, they will kick the field goal now. But they were risking a possible fumble there. Earl Thomas, or Troy Polamalu, I mean, he laid a huge hit there. They were risking something there. And that is going to be up right down the middle. It's drilled 21-10, but they leave a little bit of time on the clock. I'm not saying we can do anything with it, but it gives us the opportunity to do something with it. And I think I'm not going to run this ball with Tyreek Hill because I want to save as much time. And they're going to kick it really far, too. All right, I think I'm going to try to capitalize on the amount of time they've given me. I think I'm just going to heave one to Calvin Johnson. And we're going to find out if Calvin Johnson's got it. 1-on-1. Pass interference. Oh, my God. 1st and 10 from the 23. We are going to steal points. Oh, my God. That is the most BS. Oh, I just missed it. Ah! That's karma. That's karma. I want to die. I want to die. I can't believe I missed that. Oh, that's BS. It's karma, though. It's karma. We shouldn't have had a spot to even kick a field goal there. We got pass interference, which that's a toss-up. Was that pass interference? Was it not? I don't know. That's really a toss-up. But then to miss the field goal because I didn't get their good enough accuracy on it, that's the karma that we were expecting. Oh, JOK with a huge hit on the return man. And he gets to the 16-yard line. Who's injured there? 55. The only 55 I know is T-Sizzle. Actually, that's not true. I know a lot of 55s. And I think he was 55 on the Cardinals, wasn't he? Oh, that's a pick. That's a pick 6. Darrelle Revis. Revis Island, baby. And he's doing the dribble through the legs. Disrespectful. Darrelle Revis. Pick 6. He avenges Patrick Willis, who couldn't get the pick 6. Cam Newton, what are you doing here? Throwing to Alshon Jeffrey on a little curl route. Darrelle Revis read it a mile away. Easy pick, right in the hands. Nobody near him. And he scores the touchdown, gets the pick 6. So we end up getting a touchdown. It just so happens that it doesn't come at the end of the second half, or at the end of the first half. It comes at the beginning of the second half. And we lead 28-10 in Arizona to start this second half. Cam Newton got to be better than that. Didn't he throw a few interceptions in the last episode that we played against him? I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he threw a couple, at least 2. I don't know if any of them, I can't think of if any of them were returned for touchdowns, but that one was. How will Cam Newton respond? He's thrown 2 interceptions today, both of them almost pick sixes. One of them was. And that's, oh, I thought Patrick was going to get number 2. I thought he was going to get number 2, but he was just behind him. He couldn't react quick enough. That's okay. It's 2nd and inches from the 30. Is Aaron Rodgers playing for the Vikings? Ugh, that's gross. That's going to be a little check down. What is Newton doing with these check downs, man? That's how he threw both of his interceptions. I guess the Darrelle Revis one wasn't a check down necessarily. But the other one was just like a little check down throw to the flat that Patrick Willis picked off. And that is going to be shut down. Speaking of Patrick Willis, he's been everywhere today. Cortland Sutton on the little trickery could not get anywhere. Lost 3. It is 2nd and 13 from the 30. We've got full momentum. I need to check and see what our momentum boosts do. I don't think they... Oh, we hit Cam late. That's BS. There's no way we hit Cam late. That better be a holding call. That's not roughing the passer. Oh, it's Michael Hoyt, who we should have freaking traded. All right, so our momentum boost, the home QB has trouble seeing deeper receivers, and away team has reduced stamina drain during plays. So we don't get as fatigued during our plays, and Cam Newton can't see, or he can see, but he has trouble seeing the deep receivers when we have maxed out momentum. I know you probably couldn't see that because my camera's in the way, but that's what we have. 3rd and 4 after the BS roughing the passer call. So there's been a roughing the passer call and a pass interference call in this game. 2 penalties that kind of don't get called, especially the pass interference call. That rarely gets called in Madden. Oh, that's a Darrelle Revis pick. It's not, but it's going to be a incomplete catch anyway. Or incomplete pass. I kind of screwed up the chance for the interception there. But luckily, it was a bad enough throw that it went out of bounds. That's going to be a pretty decent punt, and I'm just going to let it bounce out of bounds. I wasn't going to try to return that. That was a good punt. I could have returned it, but, I mean, it's not going to matter. We're trying to milk the clock anyway, so what's starting at the 6? It's not a big deal, especially with X Factor Freight Train activated. Not a big deal. We'll be fine. There's a broken tackle, and look at that. We're already at the 11. Already at the 11. We're trying to run the clock down anyway. We've won this game. We don't have anything to prove. We're just trying to get out of here healthy and with a W. 112 yards now for Adrian Peterson and a touchdown as well. I'm happy that he's finally getting some good blocking. I mean, 60 yards on, 24 carries last episode? That is not what Adrian Peterson does. That's not what we've come to know from Adrian Peterson. So, seeing him with over 100 yards, that's the Adrian Peterson that we recognize. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. I guess he only has 1 today, but... Oh, that's going to be incomplete. Tyreek couldn't get it. I probably should have just threw that to Megatron. 3rd and 10. Gonna have to throw that. That's Megatron, and he gets the first down. Big time catch. 5 for 6. 2 touchdowns for Mahomes. Remember, the 2 touchdowns are on those little underneath routes that just ended up going for touchdowns. And now we get right back to the game plan. Run the football, although Cardinals starting to get a little tougher. They're getting stiff. Okay. We're going to have to be a little bit more cautious maybe. But Peterson, fall forward. Oh, the momentum has stopped. 3rd and 4 from the 46. I would ideally like to take this within like 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter before we score. Is that going to happen? It's a possibility, I guess. That's Tyreek Hill. I should have done catch right after the catch. It's 4th and 1. Do we go juice special? We're going to go for this, obviously. It's just a matter of, do we go for the juice special or not? Or do we trust... We could trust Peterson. But I think we're going to go... I think we're going to trust Mahomes. We're going to trust the juice special. It didn't work! The juice special failed for like the second time ever. That's crazy that the juice special failed. I honestly didn't think it was possible. Oh, that's a horrible throw, but it just happened to work because Patrick Peterson was like confused. I don't know what he was doing there, but it worked for him. That was a horrible pass. That should have been picked off 10 times over. Are they going to stat this before the end of the quarter? They will not. So we will head to the fourth quarter up 28-10. The Cardinals are in prime position to go down 28-17 now. And they would make it a game if they did that. I don't want them to make it a game. I want it to be a blowout. That's going to be Patrick Peterson. Adam Thielen, he caught it at the 3. Adam Thielen has been mossing that side of the field all day. That's not even Adam Thielen's game. He's not a big play receiver like that. Come on, man. Cam Newton's just throwing one-on-ones, and my guys are getting embarrassed. Jonathan Stewart dives in. Touchdown Cardinals. They go 28-17 now. Unbelievable. I can't believe the G special didn't work. Maybe I was a little bit too far. I guess you have to be like absolutely at the line for it to work, but maybe that was just a rare misstep where the defensive tackle got off the block a little too soon and was able to get there, but whatever, it didn't work and we allowed a touchdown, so we're gonna have to figure it out if we want to keep this lead. We're not in too much of a threat. Like, I'm not worried just yet. YGM goes down with an injury. If we don't do anything on this drive and then they score again, then I'll be worried. But I'm not necessarily worried right now. I'm still sitting pretty comfortable with our running game going, with our timeouts that we have in case we get into a jam, and with the talent that we have on offense. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Especially because Peterson was almost guaranteed that first down there. He's got 23 carries for 132 yards. A much better performance than last week. For him, at least. And we are trying to take down as much clock as possible. There's Peterson. He breaks the first tackle, and he falls forward to the 43. You love to see it. Keep on running, baby. Keep on running. I'm still not over the fact that Adrian Peterson wasn't even in the conversation for MVP last season. He literally broke the record for most rushing yards in a season. And yet, not even in the conversation. Not the fact they didn't win it, not even in the conversation. Julio picks up an off-ball injury. That's not good. That allows maybe Jalen Waddle or Julian Edelman, somebody to have a little bit more time. Break that tackle. Dante Hightower falls over. It's 3rd and 6. Groin tear. Julio's done for the day and probably for a couple of weeks afterwards. That's hard to come back from a groin tear. Julian Edelman will come in to replace him. And I'm going to have to find Tyreek. There was a couple guys I could have went to there, but decided to go to Tyreek, make it difficult for myself. If we score here, the game is pretty much over. You could argue it's over already, but that's a big catch. Gronkowski, 8 for 9, 99 yards. The only missed pass that I have is the one little throw to Tyreek Hill earlier in the game that he got hit from behind and dropped it. And Peterson falls for the first down, 153 yards. He's killing the game right now. Does the corner route with Tyreek Hill work? Probably not. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. I didn't even see James Harrison until it was too late. And if I would have threw it away, I would have got a penalty. So that was crazy. I did not see him. He came in completely unblocked. That was wild. Did not even see him in my radar till it was far too late. 2nd and 24 after the sack. We could hit Julian Edelman. It's going to be caught at the 2. Yes, at the 2. What a catch. What a throw from Mahomes. And now he's got Gambit activated. We're going to try not to score here. And it'll be good because I don't think I would have scored anyway. We got to use their timeouts before we score. I don't want them to have any timeouts headed into their drive. I mean, it's not going to matter. If we score here, they're not going to win. So don't go in at the 1. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. 3rd and goal. Oh, Peterson lost X Factor. He must have got tackled behind the line of scrimmage or something. And he won't be able to get it here, but that starts the clock. It's 4th and goal. You know what? We're at the 1. I don't think the G special works in this situation, so I'm going to let this clock drain. We either get this touchdown or we turn the ball over at the 1. Either way, it's a win for us because they're not going to have any timeouts. They're not going to have much time at all in the first place. We've got this. It doesn't matter what happens here. Obviously, I'd want to score the touchdown because that would be 3 passing touchdowns for Mahomes. But we are going to drain this clock, snap it, throw it quickly, touchdown, Calvin Johnson. It wouldn't have been a pick because we had Gambit activated. But Megatron holds on, touchdown, and we've won this game. We won this game regardless, but this one just cements it and makes it look a little bit bigger of a blowout than it probably was. I mean, to be fair, the Cardinals put up a good fight today, other than the 2 interceptions by Cam Newton. They gave us a decent test. But 35-17 with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, no timeouts. They need 1-play touchdowns multiple times over, and I don't think they're going to get any of them. Okay, final drive of the game. Cam Newton comes out on the field. Cliff Kingsbury, what could he even possibly be saying to him at this point? We'll see how they choose to play this. Newton obviously going to throw. Is this the first sack of the day? No. Robert Quinn, no. Why can I not get a sack? I can never get a sack, man. It's so difficult for some reason. Just for me. Because I suck, probably. 59 seconds to go. No timeouts. Under a minute. That's a quick throw. Keep him in bounds. Obviously, we're in the middle of the field. There's no way he's going to get out of bounds there. They go no huddle. Accelerated clock. That's going to be a nice little check down keeper. Not check down, a little comeback route. 1st and 10, first down for them. Under 30 seconds to go. They got to move it. They got to move it. That's going to be, he stays up on his feet. That's impressive by Alshon Jeffrey there. But it's not going to be anything because this is the final play of the game. They'd have to score 2 touchdowns on this one play. And that's going to be a big hit. I would laugh if it was a fumble. 35-17. Cowboys take the big W, and we played kind of great all around. I mean, Mahomes, 10 for 11. I only missed the 1 pass to Tyreek Hill. 132 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I didn't really have to throw the ball that much because I ran it like crazy with Adrian Peterson. 31 carries, 155 yards, and a touchdown. Megatron had 3 for 31 and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek had 3 for 28. Gronkowski 2 for 17. Julio, before he got injured, had a touchdown. I really hope his groin injury is not severe. Defensively, 6 tackles for Palomalo and Willis, 5 for Lewis and Peterson, 4 for Revis. No sacks, but 2 interceptions, Darrell Revis and Patrick Willis. Almost a pick 6 for Willis. Actual pick 6 for Darrell Revis. You don't throw on Revis Island, baby. And we win 35-17 over the Cardinals. 2-0. That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, the injury is severe. As you would expect with a groin tear, Julio Jones will be out for 12 more weeks, because once I simulate, it'll go down to 12. He will be out for 12 weeks of the season, missing the majority of year 2 here. He will be back at the earliest. He'll be back at week 14. Or maybe week 13. I guess it'd be week 13. Who cares? He's going to miss a lot of the season. So that's going to mean that Julian Edelman, Jalen Waddle get a lot more playing time, which isn't a bad thing. So the first mock draft is out. And do we still have the pick? No, like I said, that first round pick is not valued at the first overall pick anymore. It is valued at pick 31 now. That's what I was afraid of. That is what I was afraid of. Once we get further into the season, we'll start to go over some of the prospects again. Or at least I'll make my own favorites list to kind of see what the draft class has to offer. But that draft pick that we tried to move on from earlier in the episode is now valued at pick 31. I don't know why it was valued at pick 1 in the first place. Maybe it was a fake one, or a fake one, a fake round 1, pick 1. I don't know, but we're 2-0. That's all that matters. We play the Eagles in Lincoln Financial next episode. They're 1-1. Big rivalry game next episode. Hope you guys are ready for it. If you enjoyed this one, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. 1 like equals 1 prayer for Julio Jones's groin. It's a sad, sad state. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.